In this video, we're going to be working on the Nintendo Switch. Came in for a damaged USB-C port. The first thing we want to do is verify that the port is damaged, because problem may not be the USB-C port. Now look at this. Port is definitely damaged. Looks like maybe the wrong cable was put inside. Let's go ahead and replace this USB-C port. We do have those ports in stock. Now, USB-C port has some pins that are visible and pins that are hidden. Visible pins are right over here, the front pins. This, and this. And the hidden pins are under here. Right now we're going to apply low melt solder so we can lower the melting temperature on the front pins and the legs, but there's no way to apply low melt solder onto the pins under. So it's going to take a little heat to remove this port. And this is low melt solder. Solder is not sticking to the tip anymore. We need a new tip. And that's when you know that you need a new tip. When you see solder rolling up in a ball and not sticking onto the tip, what we do is we tin the tip with a tip thinner. This is like acid that removes layer of the soldering iron tip, but this is not a long-lasting fix, just a temporary fix until we get a tip. Let's try now and see. I have a lot of tips here, but this one is a big tip and I want more surface area so we can put a lot of heat onto that board. We want low melt to mix with unleaded properly. Let's see. Look at this. Solder is sticking to the tip now. I need to clean. Let's try again. Just like that. Flip the board. Let's do the front pins. And I'm going to use a smaller tip. I do not want to use that big tip so we do not knock off any components from that area. And we can touch up on those sides here. The reason we are doing this and using low melt is so we do not expose the board to a lot of heat. Low melt solder. Low melt solder here. Low melt solder here. Front pins. And look at this, we can already see the pins moving. The pins under here are still using unleaded solder, so we're still gonna expose the board to some heat, but it's gonna be much less heat than it would take if we did not have low melt solder on. Let's go ahead and use our hot air station. I'm gonna put it at about 420 degrees. Okay, we got the port out. If it wasn't for the hidden pins, it would have been a lot quicker. Okay, so it looks like one other pad came off, weak pad. So what I'm going to do is run a jumper wire to restore that pad. The last one we do not need because it doesn't connect to anything, and anytime there's a pad that doesn't connect to anything, it's a weak pad, it will easily pull off the board. But this one does look like it's connecting to something. Let me check the continuity of some other pins to see maybe there's another pin that connected the same trace as this pad. If that's the case, then we do not need to run any jumper wires. Let's create a jumper wire for this. Get rid of the glare. We do not need to restore the last pad because it doesn't connect to anything. And now to make it more secure in place, we're gonna add a solder mask. Just a little bit. Now we are ready to solder the new charging port. We're gonna put the charging port on top like this. We're gonna align it. We're gonna press down, press and hold. Once we see solder melting from the front, it also means that it's melting from the hidden area. Since solder liquefied on the front pins, we can also assume that it liquefied in the hidden area. Everything is super solid. All we have to do is secure the legs from the back. Very nice. Let's secure the legs from the back. We can touch up on the front pins one more time, and that's it. Give it to Big Boss to reassemble and test. That's it, the job is done. Let me clean the back, and then I'm gonna touch up on the front pins quickly. Very nice, everything is super clean. Let's touch up on the front pins here. I do not have to, but I always like things to be perfect. That's it. Just a quick cleanup with the brush, dry wipe. Hull. And is it working? Yes, it's charging. Very good, very good. It's working. Big Boss is the man.